But Sincere Parker, he will be at Memphis. He averaged 12.2 points. He shot 43% from the field. He shot 82% from the free throw line. And he shot 35% from the three-point line. 19.7 minutes per game last year. And let me just tell you something. Another commit for the Memphis Tigers. But, man, if we're going to talk basketball, it's all about one thing tonight, 8:30. Do you know it's on the ESPN?
I didn't know it was on the ESPN.
8:30 tonight. And by the way, if anybody out there cares or loves me, you can hit me at 901-360-8255 at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line because life is too short for ordinary jewelry. Chaz is back from Miami.
How was her trip?
I'm sure she had a good time.
You didn't even ask, huh?
I did. Didn't mean I remember.
I'm saying you probably didn't process.
I'm sure we had a great conversation.
Didn't remember and process the answer that you was given, but
I know she had a good time. But you know what I need? I need a ticket for her because I'm an idiot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What you do this time?
Well, I got I'll be in the Sweet Life.
True that.
My daughter and Reese will be up in the terrace, nosebleed level, like altitude.
You're not a bad father for that, but.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, like, hey,
You're a great father, Johnny.
By the way, that's my.
I mean,
Darian, I do like you, Darian. But Landon ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? He ain't bad. He ain't bad.
I got threatened to be punched yesterday, and I'm back.
hey, back.
No. He didn't get threatened to be punched. I said I would not punch him unless I could run faster than him.
Well,
and I realized I'm not faster.
We also agreed that you had to fire him first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hit and run.
A hit and run, that's right. Well, I'm praying that Dallas doesn't come here and do what I saw them do to the Kings the other night. Because let me tell you something. Gafford, Lively, Davis, bunch of big boys.
Yeah.
Zach Edey's going to have to play big.
And they're going to have to. Hey, man, you just got to pull the retro out, dust off all the dust of Marvin Bagley and let him ride.
Oh, my goodness, Marvin Bagley.
He's needed tonight. He didn't want to be here once upon a time either, but guess what? He's here.
He's got a chance to actually make himself relevant again.
Make himself relevant, make an impact.
Does anybody even know that he's on the Grizzlies?
I really forgot until last Sunday when I turned it over to see what the score was, and he was getting a bucket. And I went back and watched Golden State and the Clippers, but
I find it kind of shocking. Memphis is 6.5-point favorite. They were a 6.5-point favorite yesterday.
Yeah.
It hasn't moved.
We are not messing with 6.5-point favorites no more this week.
Yeah, because that broke me in a way that I've never been broken. Like, it hurt so bad watching Golden State beat Memphis
By 5.
by 5. Damn, that was painful. But you know what? Tonight, I just. It's one of those things, like, we win tonight, we're going to feel really good.
But then we have a short turnaround for
And
high
you got to
noon on
look
Sunday.
at OKC.
Yeah.
I also feel like OKC is, if they want to, just turn on television and watch how people are trashing you. And what I mean by that, everybody's saying that, like Danny Green was on there today saying how, they won't make it to the finals because they're just too young. They have not learned. Did they not learn something last year?
Well, we're going to find out.
I'm not counting. I am sorry.
I won't discredit the basketball IQ and acumen of Danny Green. I mean, he's won championships in 3 different places. It was an integral
He
part
ain't
of
Big
it.
Shot Rob, though.
No, he ain't.
By the way, you're
you
welcome.
like that question I hit you with yesterday, too, huh?
Sure did.
I'm going to hit Landon with that one later on, too.
But when I look in the West, the Thunder are absolutely scary.
Oh, very.
But, man, I'm telling you right now, I really feel like for some reason, and I don't think it's like a kinfolk thing. I love you, James. You're my family. Mm-hmm. I got a better beard than you, though. It's just more gray.
I agree.
And I don't have my lips don't look like a booty hole.
Well, you don't eat Taco Bell breakfast.
And I do not do that. I do not. But this Clippers team, Kawhi looking pretty decent. You got James doing his thing. Like the Nuggets right now, Mike Malone ain't going to be on that sideline. I love Jokic, don't get me wrong.
I got the Clippers winning.
I got the Clippers too.
I'm thinking they're going to go 6.
I think the Clippers are more scary. Everybody talks about Luka. Everybody talks about LeBron. Everybody talks about what this Lakers team's going to do. You better look at the Clippers, the 5 seed this year.
You know why? Because I know exactly why you're saying it, and a lot of people don't think about it, but they defend
They defend as good as anybody in the league, period.
Well. And they can move around. They can be versatile with it. They got a big wall in the back, that's going to
He is a wall.
That's going to clean stuff up for them. And they're well coached. It's like they got a guy who's no nonsense. He can relate to his players. He know what time it is. He's going to get the best out of them. He's even encouraged Ben Simmons to shoot the ball.
Which I thought was absolutely hilarious watching them talk about Ben Simmons. Like, shoot the ball, dude. Like, how many times have you ever had to tell a basketball player to put it in the hole?
Fair point.
Isn't that weird?
It's very true.
I mean, seriously, I don't know if you know this.
Perimeter player.
That's what you do your whole life.
Yeah. I mean, Ben's a whole other story from a mental health aspect, though. But I'm just glad that he's back and he's getting some exercise and trying to help somebody out. Because one thing that he can do.
He can play point guard. He can distribute.
And he can defend with
He
the
can
best
defend. Yeah, he can. And Ty Lue, by the way, knows what it takes to win.
There you go.
I like Ty Lue.
I love Ty Lue as a coach. He's one of those that underappreciated because you really kind of forget about him being there. Just because, like, if you give him that Lakers job a couple of years ago, it's more relevant for him, because he's in that spotlight. But he's playing for the second squad in L.A. He's running with them.
Which is weird because I don't know if you know this. Do you know Steve Ballmer has, like, more money than anybody?
Right.
Like,
but not enough more money.
Jeannie, she was in Playboy, but she ain't got money like Ballmer.
But not enough money to overtake the legacy of the Los Angeles Lakers. They're an organizational dynasty.
Jerry built a freaking brick.
And the thing, of course, that if you watch Winning Time on the Max app.
I watched Skinamax sometimes back in the day.
But if you watch that docu-series or whatever it was that they did on the Lakers, it wasn't completely authentic, but it gave you a general idea of how Jerry West really rolled.
This is going to drive me crazy. I feel like somebody out there is going to know this. Hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line because life is too short for ordinary jewelry. What was the Skinamax show where they were traveling all the time? You remember that? I remember these things were when I was a young buck. These things were important. It was by the way, back then, you know what you had to do? You had to schedule what time you were going to watch Skinamax.
This man was a Friday after dark connoisseur.
I feel like it was Noel or Traveler. I don't know. Skinamax. 901-360-8255. Let me know.
John got us on there talking about Lady Chatterley and
that's it. Yeah, okay, there you go. See, he was there.
He talking about Marilyn Chambers and the old school choice. If y'all saw his face just light up when I mentioned it.
Made me feel so good. Made me feel so good. Now, one thing that doesn't make me feel good, though, for real, is Anthony Davis. I always talk about street clothes. And
he always make y'all pay for it, too, huh?
Yeah, he does. And now he's coming to Memphis, and I wish he was in street clothes because right now, John Morant kind of making me a little bit nervous. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention. They say his ankle's kind of messed up. We saw what happened against Golden State. He didn't practice. I just have I have a hard time believing that without it being broken or cut off.
That he's not going to pull an Isaiah Thomas in 88.
Mm-hmm. This is one of those things, man, where, he can throw the bombs, he can finger bang, whatever, yada, yada, ja, wick. But if he comes out tonight and actually plays really, really, really well on a bum ankle and the Grizzlies can pull this thing off, it'll go a long way of kind of quieting what I would call a now louder crowd. Because it's crazy to me, but it is real. How many people are out there right now saying, what has Ja done? What has Ja done? Dude, he's only the best player we've ever had. Now, I love me some Marc Gasol. He learned how to speak English, listen to Project Pat. I love me a little TA. Dude, I love TA, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what TA is? Tony Allen. You weren't thinking that, though. I love that. I love that old grit and grind team. But, man, if we're ever going to ascend to a different level, it's going to have to be because Ja Morant turned into the superstar that we thought he was going to be 2 years ago.
I give you one even better to add on with that. My guy Myron Jenkins, shout out to him, youtube.com/94 feet of life. He told me this back in 2022. No, 2021. In the 2021-2022 season. He said once they get to the point to where Jaron can dominate it for three and Ja can close it, that's when you know you're ready as a contender.
Well, that's kind of scary because I don't know if you know, it looks like Tripp been checked out for a while.
This is what we were talking about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the dynamics of how you were able to get to that, to where we just what Isaac was mentioning with the two-man game, or what I was mentioning and how, or someone in the text was mentioning how the scheme was working offensively, things of that nature, you have a disconnect.
Why does Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Ja Morant, like you would think the more star power that you have on the court, more people are going to eat. More people, man, more mouths are going to be fed. But when they're all out there together, it doesn't seem like those mouths are being fed. And a lot of people said yesterday on the text line, well, they haven't played together.
I remember that.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, like, I don't know if you know this, they're professional basketball players.
They played together enough.
They play together enough to where you would think.
Coaching in the aspect of how are we going to go about attacking this and exploiting these mismatches. This is the part of the aspect where the coaching matters, and I'm careful about who I talk to.
T.I.
with coaching. He might have some great stuff, but is that great stuff an accommodating fit for this trio?
And the thing is, it's not always the fit, because you know how easy it is to explain something to somebody? I don't know if you know this. You can tell somebody something. They always say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. It kind of makes me feel like that when I'm talking about the Grizzlies, because you can see Tripp, you can see Ja, you can see Bane. You know that individually how awesome all three of them are. But why is it that they can't symbiotically work together and make life easier on each other?
One, it takes time, and even when you do have the time that they've accumulated thus far, that time can be interrupted when you have long stretches of guys being injured, suspensions, that kind of discord. And again, bringing it back to how we're going to scheme this thing. Stan Van Gundy said it best, and he made it very clear. At this level, as a coach.
Emmanuel in space. That was the Skinamax show. Thank you so much, Texture. Dennis, you're my homie.
In space.
Yeah.
I actually remember the Emmanuel series that you.
Yeah, that was in, like, dude, that was serious back then. Y'all don't understand. Like, when the Dillard's catalog would get dropped off and you'd have the bra section, and then Skinamax, like, those were like appointment television. Like, I would sit on the porch on Saturday waiting for that sucker.
But it's back to that Stan Van Gundy. He was like, at this level, as a head coach, you actually learn more from your star players than you do as far as teaching the game, because you're strategizing, around them, and you're trying to see what they see, how they want to attack, what advantages that they see, and you build around it from there. Now, granted, Stan's never won an NBA championship, but Stan has pretty much been successful everywhere he's been. He's really never on a flame out until you just get tired of hearing his voice, but neither here or there. He ain't made a solid point with that. And he over-prepares his teams from there. When you come back to why Taylor Jenkins ended up getting fired, and we talk about this new offense that was going to be installed this year in
Oh, yeah, though. I don't know if you know this. Yes, Zach Edey's doing what they said over a 5-game stretch. He has set 25 more screens, I believe, than he did during that previous with Taylor Jenkins. But they ain't winning.
Well, that's what my thing was like. They brought T.I. in, and T.I. was supposed to have this offense, and Jock got supposedly, it looks to be agitated about the offense, bored with it, didn't want to play in it no more. But we saw a decline in energy and production and Tripp from that. Desmond Bain has actually turned into a great. Though he can show he can be a playmaker. Yeah, he turned the ball over. Yeah, but that happens. Yeah, I know, wrong time. I get all that too. But he has the ability. Those two between 12 and 13 has got to be able to come back somehow, because that summer that we were coming off of COVID, Their first playoff appearance in 2021?
Yeah, the one that I don't count when the Lakers won and LeBron James.
Not the bubble. The one the next year when they lost to Utah. You just had to shoot.
I just had to.
But
shooter's gonna shoot unless you're Ben Simmons.
I want to say that they were in the lab a lot that summer, and we got a 56-win team out of that. Did they not both make the All-Star team that year? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they were together, from what I remember. I could be, off, or it could be just a myth or whatever the case, but they worked some good chemistry up that year. And then you also saw a rise in Desmond Bain that year because that was his second year in the league. Yeah, that was his second year. So it's just one of those where they have to get back to what they were, and they got to be able to, or at least find some way that they want to go about it, attack it. And do so in a mature fashion, The thing that I like about them, though, just as I said this, it can go and ultimately go get messy, is that they do a good job at keeping their emotions in check and keeping stuff in house. Like if there's an issue, it hadn't been splattered out. Unless
they're pushing Santi.
Unless, that somebody got to check Santi, you know what I'm saying? But even then, Santi understand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but they do a good, it's like even going back when Dylan was here. You remember the Golden State game with the 4 shots and everything?
Yep.
And all of them to a man was like, nah, that's our guy. You know what I'm saying? So they keep all of the extra fluff and the negativity and all of that. And then you see when it comes on social media, they shut down there too. So it's like they're a sensitive group, but they're reasonably sensitive, I think. Because it's like they hear it, but it's like y'all really don't know what's going on. And we trying to fix it. But the frustration of everybody is like, how the hell y'all not know what's going on? And how do we fix it? How fast can we fix it? And here we are, as everybody was saying, well, we were just the second all year, now we fell to 8th. Yeah, and it looks bad, and when you speak about it in that context, but to be realistic, it was only a game in between everybody. From 2 through 8.
The West was absolutely buck wild.
I mean,
when you look
had
at the
Oklahoma
standings.
City with, that spread it out from it, which is funny because that's what the 1 seed in the West has been doing like the last decade. Just stretch out away from everybody else, and everything else is just kind of compacted within. And then at the bottom, you still will have dudes that will be above 500. The East on the other side is a little different because those dudes on the bottom half would be towards sub 500.
Which more top heavy? The East or the West? Because I feel like Cleveland and I feel like Boston, it's just top heavy as all get out. Like me, the Knicks a little bit.
The East has been top heavy for the last 40 years.
Don't believe in the Bucks anymore right now.
Nah.
By the way,
they getting Dame back though.
How, bruh?
They do.
You won a championship and you got rid of Drew Holiday. You sent him to Boston. Guess what Drew got?
I didn't say that they were going.
I'm just saying, like Dame is great and everything, but man, Dame and Giannis have not worked out.
They ain't gonna work out for my parlay.
By the way, is Giannis like that one superstar that got a champion? That like he's got the chip, he's got the ring,
he got all the stuff, he
got everything.
Player of the year, MVP.
But nobody talks about him. Is it because he's in Milwaukee?
Yeah, plain and simple.
They what was it? Laverne and Shirley.
They
made beer.
Laverne and Shirley and Robin Yount. Paul Mahler, you know where we going.
We got a big game tonight. It's Dallas. It's Memphis. It's going down for real. It's at 8:30. I hope you're down there at the Grindhouse. It's going to be Buck. Grizzlies right now a 6.5-point favorite.
Shout out to Tripp for the free tickets he was giving out yesterday, too.
200 of them.
Yeah, I thought it was 4.
Oh, was it 4?
I don't know.
Man, you know what, man? I ain't going to lie to you. Hey, Tripp, man, I need one ticket for Chad.
It's 250.
It's 250. See, that's why we got this guy.
See, that's exactly why we got him.
I will say, though, I don't look over in that room anymore.
Why not?
Because I used to be young.
Okay.
And now I'm old.
He reminds you of that?
Yeah.
Do I need to hide or something?
No. If you could learn how to roll a joint, that'd be cool, though. I'll teach you. You know what? I will teach you. We won't even just have this guy on the 1s and the 2s. I'll be on air, and this man's over there rolling my stuff up. You know what I'm saying? It is a Friday. We got Dallas. We got Memphis. And we got to talk NFL.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk NBA. We got to Hardwood because it feels so good.
Yeah.
And we got some special guests. Who's coming on next?
We got my man, the founder of Views from the 22, Mo Schefter. He's coming to talk some real serious NFL boardroom, quarterback coaching, all of that fun stuff.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about the Titans, Cam. We're going to talk about some Shador, and we're going to talk a little NFL, but you can't touch that dial. It is a Friday. It's a busy, busy day. And did y'all know WrestleMania's going down? Like, there's a bunch of meatheads on my TV.
Yeah, right now.
Pat McAfee show's going on.
Yeah, the tribal chief Roman Reigns right now is on.
Is that Roman Reigns?
It's Roman Reigns, former All-ACC performer at Georgia Tech, defensive tackle.
So, like, if you're a failed football player like Rock.
He was on the team with Calvin Johnson.
No.
Yeah.
How much money did they pay him to go to play at Georgia Tech when they didn't even throw the football?
He was pre-NIL.
Lord. Oh, you don't think he got a bag?
I mean, you didn't know who his father was? I would like to think his dad was one of the Wild Samoans. Sika. Alpha and Sika. Look those dudes up. You probably seen them in some old TV shows in the 80s. These big Samoan dudes with long hair. They didn't say nothing. That's them. And one of them is his dad.
Well, we're going to talk about, I think the Grizzlies, hopefully they're going to be, I really, really want Nico to be fired tonight. Like, I want Grizzlies to win. I want to drive back home after the game. Mm-hmm. And on the way, I want to hear ding, 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 ding from my phone. Nico's been fired.
There'll be 2 for 2 on Nico's for you this week.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Nico, do me a favor, bud. Learn math. You don't take less money and then go to California to pay more taxes. We'll talk about that and so much more on the other side. Do me a favor, don't touch that dial. It's a Friday. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom-made solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
I'm ready. Let me just grab my bag. Sweatpants, huh? Didn't know we were keeping it casual this month. Yeah, I feel bloated every now and then.
You have to try new Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies. They have prebiotics to nourish good bacteria, probiotics to help relieve occasional bloating, and postbiotics for immune support.
All that in one gummy?
Yep. So no sweatpants next time?
Not anymore.
Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies for gut health support. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its community and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids. I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work in them by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm feeling it today. I really am.
It's Friday.
Little two-knuckle shuffle, little motorboat.
5-knuckle shuffle.
Dang,
In honor of John
Landon.
In honor of John Cena.
Why? John Cena?
He
Which
does,
one is he?
He does the 5-knuckle shuffle.
five-knuckle shuffle.
Can't see me.
Yeah,
He's the bad guy.
Oh, wait, the Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
Well, that's the John
He's the dude
Cena.
fighting Cody Rhodes. You know this?
Oh, yeah. Cody Rhodes is the dude who went heel.
No, that's John.
Oh, John went heel?
John
Yeah.
went heel.
I don't know if you know this, man. I don't trust anybody named John. Nobody.
I understand why.
Because I walk by a mirror every once in a while. I'm like, damn, that dude's not trustworthy. I'm so fired up because we're going to talk with our good buddy Mo. Mo's going to talk a little football because I don't know if you know, we're like 6 days away from the NFL draft.
And he's hungry to talk football, too.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. This is right up his alley.
I don't know. Do you think he'd rather talk football or Emmanuel in space?
I mean, Shefty's a player, man. He's versatile. He can go to combination of either.
Yo. What up, Mo? Mo.
What? How we feeling?
Mo money, mo problems. What you up to?
Chef, what's good, man?
Man, ain't nothing. You know, it's a beautiful Friday. The sun is shining. That's always a good thing.
You're
I'm not going to
6
disclose
feet
my
above
location.
ground, too.
Yes. Amen to that. Amen to
Before
that.
we get started, I also have to make sure, John, that you know that you are also like Mo. He is a part of the 420 Society.
I like Mo.
There you go.
I like Mo.
The man drinks coffee. The man actually gets his coffee from Juan Valdez.
Dude.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I get my yay
Exotic
from
coffee
Pablo
only.
Escobar.
I said, you ain't tell me all that. See, you tell me this, and then I pull up to the studio. There's 18 police cars at the studio in the parking lot. But he got all the yay, you know.
Oh, my goodness, Mo, we got a draft coming up next Thursday. It's kind of big.
Yes, sir, we do.
Everybody is looking at the Tennessee Titans, and everybody already says it's 100% going to be Cam Ward who's taken right off the draft board. I say I agree, but then I did a little bit of work this week, actually, which is shocking to a lot of people. I went back and looked at the last 25 years. Number one overall picks who were quarterbacks. And you look at the people behind him. I mean, it's very simple to grab Baker Mayfield and kind of look at what he is and who went behind him. It's very simple to look at Aaron Rodgers when he fell down, and Alex Smith was the number one overall pick. With Cam Ward, do you think the Titans are making the right decision?
I think they are 100% making the right decision. Number one, it's hard to evaluate quarterback success from a historical trend in the NFL draft, mainly because the game's changed so much. So it becomes easier for some of these guys to transition to the NFL. And number two, the quarterback is, I mean, not to sound cliche, we know it's the most important position in all of team sports. But if you're the Titans, where do you go if not quarterback? Like, you can't just go out there in week one with Will Levis.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Only
Mayo.
Levi's we trust in his jeans.
True.
We can't go out there with Will Levi again.
By the way, man, I don't even wear their jeans.
That's why I know. He's been calling the man Will Levi for like the last
I know,
2
I love it.
years.
I love it. And the
Just to show you, I know that's not his real name, but that's what I call it.
They are kind of like, quarterback inept ever since Steve McNair. And that's the thing that's a little bit crazy. R.I.P. Steve, I loved you. Still, I love me some Eddie, like Eddie George and all them days. My pain still kind of like, Dyson tackled at the 2. But the Titans, man, they had Ryan Tannehill, and they did a good job. They got the number one overall seed, but they lost in the playoffs in the first round. It just seems like they can't get that quarterback. I feel like having the number 1 overall pick, watching Cam Ward, who came out of high school and had 1 scholarship offer, went to Incarnate Word, then goes to Washington State, and then goes to Miami and lights the world on fire. I like a guy who's not afraid of competition. And I think that's going to be one of the things that kind of like elevate him, because everybody says, oh, this is not a great quarterback. Man, we don't know. Yes, you had Bo Nix, you had Michael Penix Jr., you had everybody and their grandmother. Jaden Daniels is already the truth. Like, I love this dude. But I'm telling you, I think Cam Ward is being slept on, and I don't get it, Mo.
I don't really understand it either. I think when you look at his foundation as a quarterback, like he's strong, he's accurate, he's got good eyes. To me, when I look at a quarterback, it's not about the arm talent. The arm talent don't really means nothing to me. I look at his eyes and I look at his feet. The reason it's called football is because your feet is the most important part of the game. And I think he's got good feet. I think he's got a good foundation. His body is always in sync with everything. He progresses through reads. You know, he's got very underrated ball placement, in my opinion. I think he understands angles. He understands defensive back leverage. He understands where he needs to put the football in order for his receivers to make a play. And I just think the Titans would go in the right direction in sort of building what they had a few years ago. Because even though they made it to the AFC Championship with Ryan Tannehill, it started with drafting Marcus Mariota and drafting Taylor Lewan. And then you had your quarterback and you had the guy to protect him, and everything else came from there, including Simmons and Harold Landry and all those great other players that they had during the Mike Vrabel tenure. And so I think you could start that same blueprint by going with Cam in the first round and then coming back in the second round and taking the tackle out of Oregon. Because I think he's a top 5 offensive lineman, and I don't see anybody taking him in the first round. So I think the Titans are in a great position to sort of begin the blueprint of what you need to have a successful NFL team.
Do you trust Brian Callahan? Do you believe that this is somebody who can actually bring in Cam, develop him, and take the team to the next level?
That's a tough question because I don't trust Zach Taylor in Cincinnati. So I can't say that I don't trust Zach Taylor, but I trust Callahan because that's the same tree, that's the same crop, that's the same garden. I haven't seen enough to give you an answer one way or another, but what I will say is it's going to be a short leash because if you hit a home run in this draft, you draft your quarterback, you draft somebody to protect him, and you still can't get past a certain threshold of wins, then don't do what the Rams did with Jeff Fisher and just keep him there year after year after year. That's a J-Ham.
And by the way, over in the AFC South, let's not be real. Like, it is basically a pity party. I mean, let's be real. The Jags, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Trevor Lawrence, when Sunshine came out, like, dude, I was like, oh, this kid's going to be good. Not working. Indianapolis Colts, man, I'm sorry, AR. You shooting blanks. You got Houston over there, who I trust C.J. Stroud. I love me some C.J. Stroud, and I can't believe they took a midget over C.J. Stroud with the first pick in Carolina. But Tennessee, all they have to do, I feel like, is just put a little bit, one foot in front of the other, and the South could be yours. I mean, look how, what, do you remember the Texans? The whole Deshaun Watson? Yeah. And now look where they are. It should be easy to turn it around if you get the right player.
The right player, especially at quarterback.
Especially at quarterback. As you look at the whole AFC in general, I mean, me and Jay talk about this all forever. Like, the gatekeeper is now Mahomes, you know, but outside of him, like, okay, yeah, you got Baltimore and you got Buffalo and you got Cincy, but those guys aren't going to be what they, as strong as a roster forever. But the AFC is really available for anybody to go and become competitive in it. And I don't think the Titans are as bad I know what Parcells says, you're only as good as your record. I understand that. But the Titans have a strong they have a foundation as is. They got talent. They have decent pieces. They just got to solidify certain things, and it starts with the quarterback 1,000%. Do not go out there in week one with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Whitlock won't even say his right last name.
And the thing is like if you look at the Tennessee Titans and what you're talking about, like their defense is what's been holding them together. Like that's what
100%.
they do well. If you had just a competent quarterback, I mean, damn, I was at the Jets game. I was at the Chicago game last year. Chicago didn't score an offensive touchdown and the Titans lost. Like, Will Levis was turning the ball over so much, like it just made you almost insane. Like, how many pick sixes can you throw, homie?
And see, like, that's another thing. Everything is complementary. The Titans' defense had to be on the football field for so many more plays. They didn't get a chance to reset. They didn't get a chance to catch their breath and look at adjustments and all that. I saw this little stat from Next Gen when their starting defensive line, when they were all on the football field together, top 5 run defense.
Yeah, when you got Jeffrey Simmons and you got Tavondre Sweat and Sebastian Joseph Day, like them some real dudes.
Yes, they are old school, eat up blocks, plug in trenches. You're gonna have to move us to get some positive plays on us, and it just can't happen if they got to go out there time and time again. And not only do they not have the lead, they're always trailing. But they're constantly behind the 8 ball, Not to mention the amount of 3rd and long the Tennessee Titans were in. It was absurd. I mean, they were constantly having negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. And I don't care who the quarterback is. When you're constantly in 3rd and long behind some very sketchy tackles, you're just not going to be productive. You're just not.
That is absolutely the truth. We're talking with my man Mo, and let me just ask you another question since we're talking about the Titans and quarterbacks and all that good stuff. Tennessee, Landon loves. He's a big fan. I'm bringing him in real quick because Landon, I can see you over there. Your brain is a little bit turning. You're a big fan. Do you trust in Cam Ward?
I think going forward, especially with what the Titans have been doing, you're seeing they're signing a lot of deals with offensive linemen, a few one-year deals around. It seems like this next year is going to be a prove-it year for the Titans. It's going to be it's kind of like a trial and error. We're going to bring in Cam Ward, obviously. I mean, he's on the streams talking about tighten up, talking about how Calvin Ridley's his number 1 receiver. I mean, he's all over the board, Titans.
Yeah, he actually said Treylon Burks was decent.
He number 4, which, we can talk about that later. But so all these things going on with the Titans, I think this year is going to be a very prove-it year with a lot of one-year deals, seeing if these people are a good fit and whatnot. So I want to ask you, Mo, because I feel like over time the new general manager hire can kind of get swept under the rug with Mike Borgonzi. What do you expect out of him? What do you see? Because he's coming out of a program that knows success from the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you think that's going to translate with the Titans? How much time do we need to give him? Because, I loved your answer about Brian Callahan. There's just not enough about him yet to really give him a decent grade. You got to let these things play out. I mean, you look at the Lions when Dan Campbell came in year 1, 3-13. Next year had a winning season, made it to the playoffs, and then look at what they're doing going forward. So, what are your thoughts on Mike Borgonzi? How do you think the Titans are going to prove it this year? Like, what are the other pieces we need to fit?
So, and just to answer the first question, I think you could have a very similar situation with Borgonzi as you had with Nick Caserio with the Texans. Nick Caserio was sort of nobody had heard of Nick Caserio outside of New England for 15 years, and then all of a sudden, a year prior to him becoming a GM for the Texans, that's when, sort of the Patriots took him out of the bubble and into the spotlight, and Bill started talking about him in press conferences. And as much credit as Belichick gets for the Patriots dynasty, Nick Caserio was a instrumental part of building that roster. And, even though, the Patriots, for all those years, they always had a good roster. Even if they weren't a championship roster, they always had a really solid roster. They always had a good offensive line. They always had good defensive line. You could never just run the ball all over the place on New England. So they always had things there to compete. every Sunday, no matter what. They just happen to have the greatest coach and quarterback in NFL history. But besides that, the Chiefs talk about how this guy has been at the heart of every decision that they've made, be it draft, free agency, developing guys, getting guys to fit into their scheme. And I think that's the number one thing. If the previous employer is talking about he understood what we needed for our scheme, that to me is a key factor. Because not everything fits. So you got to get somebody in the front office who understands what the team is trying to build and what players fit into that puzzle. So I think this is a huge draft for him, not just because he's got the number one draft pick, but because they have all this draft capital in a draft that's deep. Like, they might not be, these top over-the-wall players like the Andrew Lucks and the Myles Garretts. We don't know that. We have no idea. But from players 10 through 50, it's about a very similar level in terms of talent, in terms of foundation, in terms of development, in terms of where they are. So I think for the Titans, Jay always hears me say this: no beef, no Lombardi. If you don't have beef, if you don't have the trenches, you got no chance of competing for a Lombardi.
No
and
beef.
I think that.
Have you heard me say
that's
that?
right. That's a trademark of Use from the 22.
Mo, let me tell you something. I've heard that a few times, man. Now I know where it came from, and I do want to tell every Titans fan out there, because we are going to be a little bit realistic about things. I'm praying. I like Cam Ward. I like watching his good work. I like the way he gets his ball out quick. I also like the way he keeps his eyes down the field. And this kid has gone from one system to another system to another system, and he's never been afraid to compete against anybody. I love that. The only thing that scares me is there are called lies, damn lies, and then there's statistics. And there's one statistic that I saw. 26 quarterbacks have been drafted number one overall. Only 3 of them went on to win Super Bowls with the teams that drafted them.
How far are you going back?
Right.
Terry Bradshaw,
that's
Troy Aikman, and Peyton freaking Manning.
And Peyton Manning. Wow. And Payne got his second one from a different team.
Yeah, man. And let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
He didn't win that game because of him. That defense. No. Hey, Von Miller, how you doing, buddy? But I got to take a quick timeout, Mo. I'm going to pay a few bills, and we're going to come back on the other side. So whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. I got Mo, and we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders. I like him. He completed 74% of his passes. Oh, my God, he's Deion's kid. Oh, Travis Hunter and them are getting. Look, let me tell you something, man. Like, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders getting their jersey retired before Cordell Stewart, I think is outlandish. I mean, Cordell Stewart was one of the best athletes that ever played. He also went 26-3-2.
And that's Bill McCartney and everybody in that crew. That's
Promise Keepers. You didn't even know I knew that. Do you know what Promise Keepers is? Like, you're tight with JC.
JC.
Jesus, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Good Friday.
I know Story Keepers.
Story Keepers?
Yeah.
No, Promise Keepers. That was Bill McCartney, and that's what he started. I'll educate you during this break. We got Mo on the other side. We got to figure out what's up with Shedeur. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Business Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland's Town Square. Fun, exciting, friendly, and comfortable. Wall-to-wall TVs, 24 taps for all your beers, including $3 domestic and $5 craft pints on Mondays, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 happy hour. Music bingo Tuesdays, daily special and Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland's Town Square. Highway 70. Check Facebook for daily special and weekend music at the Owner's Box. It's time to find appliances that fit your needs and your style at the Home Depot. Shop Spring Black Friday savings and get up to 35% off select appliances like GE Profile, plus free delivery. From all-in-one washer-dryer combos that can wash and dry a full load in under 2 hours, to feature-loaded refrigerators with built-in auto-fill water pitchers, GE Profile has appliances made to simplify your life and elevate your home. Shop Spring Black Friday savings on top-brand appliances and get free delivery. Shop now at the Home Depot. Free delivery appliance purchases $396 or more. Offer valid on Thursday, online for details.
Pools, and more pools. Yes, it is pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure
4-foot pools start at $19.99 install. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. It's underlined in the in bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure. Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hey there, I'm Jack. And I'm Stag. We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks, you know? Like us?
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
All 650 acquisition fee, 20,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, 12,000 miles per year, $49.99 to its signing. Must finance through KFA, K4, SEO 873.49, MSRP 25,320, Storage S719 2005, MSRP 30,660, Telluride SG 596,204, MSRP 41,060. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax title license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/2/25.
Hey, I got my buddy on the line. Hey, Jeff Allen, it's always awesome to see what's going on over there at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. What you got up your sleeve?
I'm making magic, Randy. I've got a new ride under $6 a day. 2025 Kia K4 LXS, $159 a month. 2025 Kia Sportage EX, $269 per month. And get more power, larger cargo area than a Nissan Pathfinder in a 2025 Kia Telluride S front-wheel drive, $398 a month. All $49.99 due at signing, 24-month lease.
Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
We're online at KiaMountMoriah.com. Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Hernando, Little Rock, and Cleveland, Mississippi specializes in flooring and carpeting, tile, lamination, shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's Good Friday. Me and JC tight. I just learned a little something. You know my homie Landon Smart?
I mean, I don't test rugby guys, man. They,
I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody who wants to get in a scrum.
He showed me anything that he wasn't, anything other than smart. Just the time I, encountered and interacted with Landon. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, actually though, I think he knows a lot of stuff though.
Oh yeah, I mean he's always had a viable answer, for
his girlfriend was the only person that could answer this question. Mo, what do you call a deaf gynecologist? Mo.
I'm here.
You're thinking, aren't you?
I am, because I feel like I know it.
It's a lip reader. A deaf gynecologist is a lip reader.
You see what I got put up with when I come to the studio show?
Hey, he had to pick me up all week and make sure I got to work.
This is true. I've had to wake this man up 3 days. He was late Tuesday, Chef. How you 15 minutes late for your own show? You remember what happened Tuesday night? No, that was Wednesday. You remember what happened Tuesday night when you were laughing about it? The 5-second violation. The man got a 5-second violation for his own show.
Hey, man, if it's his own show, then he can't be late. You don't start the show till he gets there.
Well, no, we got it started. We just played.
Hey, I always have my pieces in place. I hired Landon. I hired Dacus. I found Ham. Come on now.
Brian Dacus came in for like a 2 innings of early relief.
Sometimes you need a pinch hitter. Simple as that. Now, Mo, I gotta know this, and this is legit. Like, why is it that Shador Sanders, and it feels to me a little bit weird, this guy completed 74% of his passes. His completion percentage is ridiculous. I watched Chad Pennington with a noodle arm play in the National Football League. Everything you can pick apart from somebody they're going to during the NFL draft, but the fact that people are starting out, I'd like to push this guy all the way down. I'm sorry. I feel like this young man who's lived in Dion's shadow, which is a big, big shadow, and has gone everywhere. I mean, he played high school football in Texas. He went to an HBCU and dominated. He goes to Colorado that won one game in the previous year, and they went 13-12 with him on that field. Why is it that he's not getting the love that I think he deserves?
Well, J. Ham knows this word as well. Narratives. That's all it is. There isn't one fundamental or logistical or anything that you can say about Shador in a negative light. First of all, the dude played behind one of the most treacherous offensive lines in all of college football.
Amen.
Like and what's crazy about it is his clock was always there. Like he was never flustered or looked erratic or looked panicked. You know, he did the best he could, and he's got an NFL clock. He knows how quickly he's got to get the ball out. He knows how to go through his progressions. He knows where his first read is. He knows where his hot reads are. He knows how to place the ball where it needs to be placed. He can run a pro-style offense. See, the thing is, and here's another thing. People don't like boring, but boring wins.
Boring wins.
You know, look at Tim Duncan. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods probably the most conservative golfer in history. And that's what Shador is not. He's not going to be the Patrick Mahomes or the Lamar Jackson. He's not going to scramble like Josh Allen and throw the ball 60 yards downfield on a dart. But those plays don't translate to wins. The things that translate to wins is doing the simple things correct consistently.
Dude, Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer have Super Bowls because they didn't screw things up.
Exactly.
And that's something that you got to say, hey, man, I appreciate. You know what? Anybody can go out there and make you have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
But you know what? When people screw up your life, that's what you remember. And they didn't screw things up. I don't think Shador Sanders is the sexiest prospect. I mean, Jamarcus Russell could throw the ball so far it wasn't even funny, but he was sipping on the scissor. And you know what? He didn't watch no film. Like, it just did not work. I look at Shador Sanders, and it feels like no matter where he goes, what he does, he competes, he works hard, and he wants to be successful. That's the kind of guy that I want in my organization.
There we go.
Yeah, if you don't mind me saying this, like you talked about the shadow of Deion Sanders. First of all, that's an eclipse.
Yeah,
that's not a shadow.
That is.
You know what I mean? That's
right.
prime time.
You right.
That's prime time. So it's like, and to his credit, he never collapsed under that shadow. He always had his own glow, his own light, his own force, and now it's his time to shine. And I think he's thriving. And to Deion Sanders, Prime has raised this dude the right way. Like, you could foundation in terms of not just as a football player, but as a human being is above par. You know what I mean? So I think he's ready for whatever comes his way. And I think anybody who proves they can win and be a leader no matter where they go, that's what being a quarterback is. You're the CEO of 52 grown men. You got to have certain traits. You got to have certain qualities, and you got to have a little bit of arrogance to you. Not Aaron Rodgers arrogance, but you got to have some arrogance.
That's ayahuasca. I don't know, Mo. You ever done any psilocybin, LSD, or ayahuasca?
No.
My guys don't do LSD, John. I'm just saying.
I didn't say I did.
We don't either.
Well, I mean, I did. Are you kidding? Y'all are crazy. Hey, Mo, we got to do this again. I don't know if you know
anytime, brother.
We're gonna be back. You busy next Friday?
I'm free. I'm ready. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
Man, that is my friend Mo, and let me just tell you something. He's breaking it down. He's talking about footwork. He's talking about angles. He's talking about life. He's talking about reality. He knows football, and he knows J Ham, and thank God I know him too. On the other side, who we got?
We got Mo's little brother.
Nuh-uh.
Germ, so not technically, but
dude, who's Mo's parents?
His brother in the lab. Mo used the word logistically. I will explain that one later on, but it has everything.
I know what a labia is.
I do as well. But Germ, so
do you
true.
Think, do you think my homie knows?
Yeah, he's gonna know before the day ends. We got Germ so true coming.
I mean, my man's already talking about 5 fingers, shovels. Happy Friday! It is Good Friday. Grizzlies play tonight. We've been talking with Mo about the NFL draft. That's just next Thursday. Cam Ward's coming to Tennessee. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. If I could be drafted, which I'm obviously never going to be drafted because I'm pathetic. But if I could, I want to be drafted in Nashville. Number 1 place in the entire world for what?
Women's bachelor parties in the
Bachelorette parties. Cam Ward, do me a favor. If you ain't going to abstain, make sure you wrap that thing back in 2 shakes.
It's time to find appliances that fit your needs and your style at the Home Depot. Shop Spring Black Friday savings and get up to 35% off select appliances like GE Profile plus free delivery. From all-in-one washer-dryer combos that can wash and dry a full load in under 2 hours to feature-loaded refrigerators with built-in autofill water pitchers, GE Profile has appliances made to simplify your life and elevate your home. Shop Spring Black Friday savings on top-brand appliances and get free delivery. Shopping now at the Home Depot. Free delivery appliance purchases $336 or more.
The best of Memphis for lunch and dinner at Elwood Shack. Choose from house pastrami, corned beef, smoked turkey, roast beef, roast pork, beef brisket, and pulled shoulders, all made in-house. Elwood's fresh baked bread is delivered daily by me in our bakery in Cordova, and all Elwood's cakes and sweet treats come from Frost Bakery. Open daily for lunch and dinner at Elwood Shack on summer in the Lowe's parking lot. And the newest Elwood's at 4045 across from the Urban. Get the best of Memphis or anywhere else at Elwood Shack.
I'm ready. Let me just grab my bag. Sweatpants, huh? Didn't know we were keeping it casual this month. Yeah, I feel bloated every now and then.
You have to try new Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies. They have prebiotics to nourish good bacteria, probiotics to help relieve occasional bloating, and postbiotics for immune support.
All that in one gummy?
Yep. So no sweatpants next time?
Not anymore.
Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies for gut health support. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Inventory from both Sunrise locations. All financing on approved credit.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. I have been told that my ads are all business and I should share some of my personality. Okay, I love tongue twisters, like the one about the terrific tasting toast by Taste Tester Toaster, or Big Black Bugs, Bleed Blue Blood, and of course Sally and her seashells. Or of course the ever-present I'm a Mother Pheasant Plucker, I plug Mother Pheasants. Okay, enough of that. If you want an honest, fair, reasonable roofing, siding, or gutter estimate, call Five-Ash Roofing at 367-0050. That's exactly what you'll get. No empty promises, no high-pressure sales tactics, and no fast-talking salesman trying to convince you that today and only today is the best day for you to get a new roof. For the record, the best day to get a new roof is when you're ready for one. Five-Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
1056 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Brett Norsworthy and Brian Dacus. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. Hey, Landon, did I text you?
Earlier, but not recently.
I forgot. It's all right, though. You know why? Because we're going to fix it right now.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to send you. I took the picture. I just didn't send it to you. We got Germ coming on. Did you know that? He's a pimp. Tell me a little bit about Germ.
Germ So True is probably the most nerdiest of the sports nerds from out of my crew. Remember my crew, The Scene, Sports Culture Nerd? All of us, Views from the 22, 94 Feet of Life, The Dish, Stoppage Time Football Club, we all comprise of the Sports Culture and Entertainment Network. It is pretty much, Germ is, he's not the youngest, one of the youngest, but he's the most ambitious of the crew. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer.
Man's in the lab.
He's in the lab. I mean, loves it, eats it, breathes it.
He's not married, though.
Nah,
obviously.
Married, no kid. It's funny with that because his birthday.
How did I make it? I have kids.
Germ's birthday is the day before mine. That's the funny part about it. But he's like a decade younger than me, but his birthday is the day before. So we're Sagittarius in that sense. He's December 4th, I'm December 5th. But that's my little brother. And he's full, thorough dude, cool dude. And when I put the message out like, yo, y'all want to rock today? You're like, yo, bro, whatever you need.
Man, that's what
I said, what you want to do? Football, basketball, bro. You know, I got notes on everything. He posted in Views from the 22 up there a week or so ago, his top 40 draft prospects. It's like, yo, if y'all got questions, holler at me. We can do it right here on the thread. And it was a good thread.
And the thing is Germ can talk anything. Are we talking basketball? Are we talking football?
We can go to the draft picks first, and then we can go to playoffs. He ready.
Playoffs have already started. It's a big game tonight. Okay. Do you think I'm delusional?
At times, yes.
Yes, of course. Okay. That dumb question.
I prefaced it with at times.
Do you think Memphis fans, because right now, I was out last night, I ain't gonna lie.
Delusional, but okay.
They ain't feeling good. The fact that we're talking about losing to get a draft pick almost makes me feel like I've done some seriously bad drugs.
Well, I was sitting here yesterday. It was somebody, my guy Kenny Stubblefield, shout out to him, producer extraordinaire, Bluff City Media. He posted a tweet that said...
Oh, I know him. That's your homie?
Yeah.
What a small world.
He posted a tweet pretty much saying if you're one of those that's on the train of let's tank for the draft pick, then you're not allowed to say we run it up the chimney, we ain't ducking no smoke. No, you're not allowed to say that no more.
We want all the smoke.
We want all the smoke. So
all
the smoke includes Oklahoma City, then that just includes the Thunder. It's just what it is.
We got Big Germ joining us now. Yo. What up, Germ?
What's going on?
Man chilling like a villain.
The
true Friday.
The true man in a false world. That's why he's called Germ So True.
True man in a false world, reporting live.
Oh,
we
I love it.
We here.
We here.
All right, Germ. I got to start off because I've been talking with your buddy Jay Ham. I've been hanging out with. By the way, he's got me up every day for the last 3 days. Thank God. Where were you on Tuesday? Where were you, Jay?
I was here.
You were here before I was.
I was here. No, that was Wednesday, actually.
Oh, Wednesday, whatever. It is. It is what it is. But Thursday night, when the draft does come down, we know that Cam Ward's going to be picked. We look around. Who right now, out there, Ashton Genty is kind of cute, but I also think this is one of the deepest running back classes, period. Right now, when you look at the NFL draft, who's somebody out there that they're not paying attention that we're going to know their name?
Well, it's quite a few players out there like that this year. I think this is a really, really deep class in some specific areas. We have a really, really deep defensive end edge class, and then we have a really, really long list of corners. And you can never have too many pass rushers. You can never have too many corners in this NFL. But one of the guys that I'm really, really looking forward to, and I think when their name is called, a lot of people are going to nationally get to see them this year. I'm going with a guy that a lot of people are probably already know who he is, but I don't think they really understand his impact that he'll have on the field. I'm going Jahad Campbell from Alabama. When he stands out to me in every way when you watch him on tape, he's a five-tool player when it comes down to it. Five-tool meaning he can cover, he can rush the passer, he can do all of the essential things, which is stand in the middle of your defense and call the signals. But most important, he's a sideline-to-sideline player. He has the size and the speed that you can't teach. And then everything inside the helmet seems to be operating in and things like that. So I really, really want to see what team picks him, because after that, we may not see another inside linebacker prospect for about 3 rounds.
My goodness, and people forget Ray Lewis.
I'm looking at his top 40 prospects, and that's the only inside linebacker prospect that he's got in the top 40.
I like it. You know who I fell in love with this year? Travion Henderson. I went to Columbus and watched Tennessee get their brains beat out. Nico Iamaleava, what an idiot. He's going out west to pay more taxes with less money because he's an idiot. But Travion Henderson, there's something that I noticed about him. My man is the best blocking running back, I think, coming out of college football. This guy picks up everything. He sees it. He keeps his quarterback. I mean, Will Howard was, I think, very successful, not because of his team was just great, and I know he was throwing to a bunch of studs, but damn it, it felt like every single time somebody was about to give him, Travion Henderson came in there and knocked the man out, and it was ridiculous. And I just feel like his game. I know Quinshon Judkins, he played at Ole Miss. You know, I'm an Ole Miss guy. I think Travion Henderson is the most underrated running back, period. If there is anybody that I take, I love me some Ashton Genty. I love Caleb Johnson. I like Dylan Sampson. Most pro ready, period, I think it's Travion Henderson.
I won't disagree with you on this front. I think those two Ohio State tailbacks are the two most ready for professionals in general. I'm saying that just from the way they run the football, from the way that they understand the game, even just their style of play. Like, Travion Henderson has some juice to him. It's a different level of electricity when he touches the ball. Like, it's not very many running backs in the country, let alone in professional sports, that can catch a screen pass the way he did and have that type of pop and juice to it.
Y'all remember that, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness! Like that. Like you have to like. He jumps off the screen for me. His footwork, the way he sees the zone scheme and knows how to read it, and he always goes and puts himself. I'm telling you right now, you watch. He sees a linebacker who's backpedaling. My man's just going to turn around, sit down, take the ball from his quarterback, and then he's going to make something happen. And that's something that I just absolutely love about him. And we've been talking a little bit of running backs. We're talking NFL. I'm kind of curious, man. Do you think Cam Scatterbo, the kid who went crazy, everybody loved him? I mean, he ain't Mike Allstott, but, like, do you think he's, like, a legit NFL talent?
So I'm going to give you a name. Y'all remember Peyton Hillis, right?
Oh, yeah, I do. Man, by the way, Peyton Hillis, the most dope running back freaking room in the history of the world was that Browns damn running back room.
Yeah, it was.
Lord have mercy.
Jordan was in Cleveland at that time.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I was
and
in
they
Cleveland
still
at that time.
couldn't win.
But I will say this. What I like the most about Scatterbo is he is a complete player. There is nothing on the football field he cannot do. He can block. He can run. He can catch. He is the most unique running back prospect out of this class because he's the most complete. But with that being said, where he gets penalized is he doesn't have the athletic traits that everybody wants. Everybody wants breakaway speed, but breakaway speed isn't what wins Super Bowls.
You ain't running 78-yard touchdowns every week, are you?
No.
Except Saquon.
So can you get 4 yards? So the play that I've always told people that if you can run this play, you can win a Super Bowl. It's the trap play. That is the you're at my mercy. I'm going to beat the hell out of you for 60 minutes. Can you stop me? If you can run that play, you got a chance to win a bowl every year. But when you can't get 4 yards, no bueno.
Big on big, baby. And that's a very, very important thing because in the National Football League, we've been talking about you can't come back. Like 2nd down and 14, you might survive. 2nd down and 20, you're screwed. It's the National Football League. Give me 4 yards. We've been talking a little bit of running backs, but I got to bring up Travis. So I don't think he's the best wide receiver. I would take literally Luther Burden and McMillan over him any day to play wide receiver. And I'm taking Johnson and Barone out of Texas over him at corner. Why is everybody so infatuated with Travis Hunter? Because, again, you can be a freak in the sheets, but if you can't cook me no dinner, I don't think we going to work.
Well, I think what I think you're doing right now is I think you are Travis Hunter fatigued. Which it's okay. It's okay. I'm here to replenish your soul on Travis Hunter. Yes. So I'm here to give it to you. So here's the thing. If you were to turn off the lights and just have a figure running, and you was to watch Travis Hunter play wide receiver, who do you think you would see? Because I can tell you who I see. I see Chad Johnson.
Ooh. No, Chad. See, look, Megatron. I don't see that.
No, Ocho.
Oh, Ocho. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry. Don't do that. I'm thinking of Megatron. Calvin Johnson. You know what? There's so many big Johnsons out there. That's what I hear from these ladies. That's why they always call me. But I got mine a little bit mistaken. But actually, now that you bring that at Ocho, I do like that. My man was always open.
Mm-hmm.
He pure hands catcher, and the way he uses his feet is the most elite part of what he does in both positions. At quarterback, if you got bad feet, you're dead meat. It's just what it is. It is what it is on that
bad
front.
Feet, dead
but
meat.
It's just that's how it goes. But you have to remember that Travis plays a way in which he plays the most fundamental way that you're supposed to play the cornerback position with natural instincts. And what he reminds you of playing corner is he reminds you of Champ Bailey at Georgia.
I know.
You got to go back and you got to look at what he brings to the football field. Not very many people have the short area quickness that he has. Not very many people are natural hands catchers. And to be a elite DB prospect, you have to have the ability to play the ball in the air. And he already has that ability because he's already an elite wide receiver. An elite doesn't mean he has to be the best. He can be a top 3 wide receiver in this class. But I can tell you from an athletic standpoint, he's the number 1 DB, period, and he's the number 1 player in this class, period.
Where do you play him?
I think you let him play both. We're in a situation where this kid has trained himself mentally, physically, emotionally, and he's invested into the ability for him to be able to be the best he can be. And he is 8 hours a day, I'm going to sleep, and my other 16 hours is dedicated to football and training for football and being the best football player that I want to be. I want him in my locker room, and I want him to play both sides of the ball because that's what he ultimately wants to do. And most importantly, you can put together 25 to 30 plays a game for this guy offensively, and he will wreak havoc in the slot. He will wreak havoc as an X or as a flanker. It doesn't make a difference. He has all of the natural abilities. You just have to really allow the national media hype thing to go away because that's the same thing that's going on with Shedeur now as well. Everybody is so fatigued about talking about them because they've been talking about them since Jackson State. Since when have we talked about somebody from a lower level of college?
Or an HBCU,
a
period.
mid-major.
I mean, Jerry Rice was the last one I can remember.
I mean, you can do Jerry Rice.
I'm sorry, Steve. I love you.
Yeah, Steve McNair.
Steve. I was about to say Steve McNair and Alcorn State. You got that. I mean, but you don't have a lot of those guys.
Right.
So you're talking about national media hype being overhyped, and a lot of these guys sometimes come out, they're overhyped in situations, and these kids have done nothing but perform. They've done nothing but win. They've been nothing but stand-up people in the media, and they've dealt with all of the punches, all of the criticism, and they've dealt with it like professionals as semi-professional athletes for the last few years now with the NIL coming and being on the forefront. So I think we have to really give these guys grace and let these guys show and prove before we, kill them.
But then there's this one thing, Germ, and that like it just sticks inside of my belly. The NFL is the best of the best. It is a specialization league. Everybody is concentrating on becoming the best at what they do. Covering Jamar Chase ain't gonna be easy. Covering Justin Jefferson ain't gonna be easy. Playing in the National Football League ain't gonna be easy. But can you also cover Justin Jefferson and then be Stephon Diggs? That's the only thing that worries me. Do I think Travis Hunter is an elite talent? Absolutely. I just don't know if there is a world where somebody can play 17 football games, be on the field for 70 plays a game, and then survive. And the most important thing is, yes, Travis Hunter, it's your 4th year. You want to get that contract. That's where you get your real money. How does he get his real money if he's on the field and getting beat up every single week?
Well, the good news is he plays out on the outside. If he wanted to play both sides of the ball and he wanted to play running back and linebacker, that is literally career suicide. True. Because that position sees everything. But the cornerback position, with it being a position that is always on the outside, he's always going to get the opportunity to probably see the smaller guys, unless there's screens and things of that nature, which, there's ways that they can protect themselves in that situation as well. But I just think more than anything, I think it's a mental thing. Everything that we do in life most of the time is mental. If we train our mind to believe we can achieve it, then everything else will follow. And he's a mentally strong guy. Travis is probably one of those guys that you can tell that he's about football. He comes to the classroom with an energy and excitement to learn, excitement to do what he wants to do to play this game. And that hunger, I think, is what is his greatest attribute more than anything he does on the field. Because if a player wants to do something, he's showing you that he wants to be the best player. He wants to be the number one player in the National Football League. He wants to be the number one player wherever he goes. So him not being drafted number one overall, that was a goal of his. Him not getting that is already going to be something for him in general. That's already going to be a chip on his shoulder. So now you said, I can't play both sides? That's 2 chips. I think he's about to eat them both.
Where does he go?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. If you Cleveland, you kind of have to take him.
You got to put butts in
Cleveland,
the seats.
You put butts in the seat, but you become at worst the second best receiver on the team. At worst, the second best receiver on the team, and then at worst you become the second best DB or the third best DB. Which, being the third best DB on a professional football team means you get to play in the nickel. And Travis Hunter in the nickel with those feet and his elite ball skills, that's probably locked down. They're probably going to shut down the city. So I think that that's a good fit for him. I think there's a couple fits that will probably be good for him, but I think if you're Cleveland at 2, you don't rush and try to take this quarterback situation so serious, especially knowing that if you don't believe that Shedeur is the second best player or the second best quarterback in this draft, you don't take him at 2. You take the best player.
Do you think that there's any fear for Travis Hunter about his girlfriend with Deshaun Watson being on the team? I just know, I would be like, bro, you cannot bring your towel into the locker room.
Listen. That was brutal. That caught me completely off guard. So what I will say is, you don't have to worry about anything as long as, we don't have to get to the point where we got to, be misogynistic in any type of way, as long as it stays professional.
I like Jerm. You going to do this again?
Absolutely. Anytime you guys need me, I'm around.
Man, I'll be reaching out to you. Jerm, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, I'm on Facebook, Jeremy Merritt. You can check us out, Views from the 22 Facebook group. Twitter, Germ So True. I got to do more on Twitter, y'all, so bear with me.
We don't tweet either, Germ. We don't worry about it.
We'll work on that. Look, I'm terrible too.
We gotta be honest. We don't use all of that because it'd be too many. I just don't have the the apparatus to argue with you about something silly that doesn't even make sense.
I just retweet Paige Spreenak. I don't know if you know her, but she is fine as hell.
Yeah, John's giving me a whole host of quality lookups to follow on Twitter.
My algorithm definitely says I'm heterosexual. But I will tell you this real quick, Jerb, to make you laugh before I let you go. I had a homie come over. What was it like? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
So he comes over, and this is when the TikTok thing got like canceled for a couple days. And he goes, "Man, I'm so glad that TikTok's been canceled." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "I'm tired of seeing a bunch of drag queens and makeup tutorials." And I looked at him and I said, "Man, I ain't never seen none of that." And he looked at me and goes, "What are you talking about? That's all there is." And I go, "I don't know if you know this, but your algorithm says you gay." I didn't say you gay, but your algorithm does.
He's still mad at you, too.
Yeah, you're still mad at me. But you know what, Jerm? We're going to do this again. I really appreciate you coming in here and bringing a little bit of clarity and a little bit of reality to life. Happy Good Friday.
There you go.
Be easy, Jerm.
Good Friday. Thank you. See you.
That's my homie. Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? He's good, man.
He's
Mo, Germ.
One more that's missing from the views from the 22 family is Vic. We'll get him on. Vic's taking care of life business right now. Just had another kid not too long ago.
Oh, my goodness. What is wrong with him?
I mean, I don't know. He's a New Yorker.
You can't spill it.
He's one of those cool Puerto Rican dudes from New York. Super cool. Scout guy. He's another.
Can he speak Spanish?
Yeah.
La Biblioteca.
You have to holler at Vic about that.
No Mas Pantalones.
I have no idea what the hell he just said.
It's something about pants.
No more pants. No more pants.
I love this guy. We're going to talk with T Money and Uncle Brasky on the other side. So do me a favor. Don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be back in 2 shakes. We got to get our bets on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Sometimes you just need to make it fast, like the fun that comes from a quick and new 2024 Honda CB500F. This amazing style streetlights to narrow 471cc twin, along with sleek TFT's blade, dual disc brakes, and standard ABS, all at a full price. Find fun all-weather prices on 2024 Honda CB500F, available at December 5656 Golden Road Branch.
Join us celebrating 26 years of Napa Cafe. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I'm inviting you over for dinner. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner of scrumptious combinations, fresh salads, homemade soups, or maybe start with an appetizer, like our baked Dungeness crab dip with manchego cheese, lemon, garlic, and French baguette toast. Drift into one of our fresh seafood dishes, like the caramelized sea scallops with curry beurre blanc, black forbidden rice, and Thai mango salad. Or our ancho honey glazed salmon with creamy black bean puree, avocado pico de gallo, and jalapeno crema. Maybe you're looking for something cozy and comforting, like our Duroc pork chop with apple brandy demi-glaze and blue cheese bacon mashed potatoes. We have something for everyone. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe. I'd sure love to see you.
Pools, and more pools. Yes, it is pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure is already booking pool installs, so you need to buy now and get on that list. 24-foot pools start at $19.99 install. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. It's underlined in the in bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work in them by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings along to you. Jenkins Floors in Hernando, Little Rock, and Cleveland, Mississippi specializes in flooring and carpet, tile, foundation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, and my Lord, thinking about Tito's Vodka? You know what they say? The best part of waking up is a lot of Tito's in your cup. You know who pours a stiff drink?
T-Money.
Money does. Money got that damn, like, he's got a strong right arm. You know he played quarterback? Did you know that?
Played against Money.
Did you really?
I'm 0-2 against Money when he's at the quarterback.
Oh, Lord.
Both games went to overtime. He got both of them.
He couldn't win in regulation?
Couldn't win in regulation, man.
What up, Money?
What's up? Oh, yeah, me and Jay Ham had some epic battles over there at Halley Stadium, and I think we got one of y'all.
You got one
got y'all at Trump in the 3 overtime, didn't it, Jay?
Well, was it 3 or 4?
It was 3 or 4, yeah.
We
it was
went to
3
about,
or 4.
Went to about 11:30 p.m. that night on the school. It was a Thursday night game too, John.
Yeah, it was a third. I was going to say.
Did they still sell beer in the fourth quarter? Like that many overtimes, you'd sober up before the game's over.
You got selling beer at Memphis City Schools high school games in the 90s, John.
What are you talking about?
They had hot
selling beer.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say there was plenty of beer there.
I said they're not selling beer. I'm quite sure it was some beer, some Burnett's vodka.
Burnett's, dude.
You know what's funny, Jay Ham?
It was cold.
Up in my office, Jay Ham, I've got that article about. Let me read. Let me see what it was. I got that article.
Can he read? Did I just get turned on?
Barron Gates attempts a 2-point conversion,
stopped Barron
but
on
was
the 2-point
stopped,
conversion.
and Overton beat Central 27-26 in overtime.
Yep. 1997.
T-Money scored on a 1-yard run in overtime.
It gave them the lead. Yep.
And then at the bottom here it says T-Money completed 17 of 28 passes for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And that was like
he
in the fourth
engineered
quarter.
a stirring comeback for Overton.
That was in the fourth
which
quarter,
trailed
right?
20-7 entering the fourth quarter. That was in the fourth quarter there.
Yeah.
How'd your country ass do at Overton?
He was the man.
How did I do at Overton?
He was the man, for real.
I mean, I was with the people. Don't you be talking about, man?
I love it, man. We got T-Money. We got Uncle Brasky. It is a Friday. Brasky, how's life down in Oxford?
And I couldn't beat it, Johnny. I'm right after the show. I'm going to go on. It might as well. It's a beautiful day. Get on the square. Enjoy myself.
Well, like half your football team is going to be in Memphis today.
For what?
Well, they're going to the Grizzlies game.
I don't know. Are they going to the Grizzlies?
Well, I mean, I know for a fact because I got them tickets.
Okay, all right. Well, when you getting us some showboat tickets? They said they only had 3,100
I got a
people
box,
there,
bro. Do you want to go? Dude, please come with me. I got a box. I've been inviting everybody.
I'm going with you on the next one.
Man, me and TK, Al Capizzi, Superman, we got like lit.
I'm going with y'all on the next one.
Man, Johnny, when T-Money was just reading them stats, that looked like some Nico Imabala stats there for 100 yards. Come on, man.
Dude, he only had 109 yards against Ohio State, and this man wanted a pay raise. I want a pay raise.
Yeah, man, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Brasky and I were looking at his stats. He only threw for over 200, I think, 3 games. And then he only threw for multiple touchdowns in 3. He had 19 touchdowns, and 8 of them came in the last 2 games. And he wanted $10 million or whatever he wanted.
Well, I will tell you one thing. He's going to lose more in taxes being in California than in Tennessee, which is absolutely crazy.
Let me tell you, UCLA's not paying him $4 million.
Oh, no, they're only going to give him 1. And by the way, I don't know if you know, they don't take their program very serious. Deshaun Foster is their freaking coach.
I know that. Their attendance is as bad as the Showboats game. There's nobody in the Rose Bowl when they play there.
Dude, what's the big guy, great voice, Howard Lundquist?
That would be Vern Lundquist.
Yeah.
Vern Lundquist, whatever. Howard, I mean.
I think you're talking about Keith Jackson in this.
Yeah. Is it Keith Jackson?
Keith Jackson is the one that did ABC for the.
I mean, Action Jackson, Keith Jackson, Michael Jackson.
Tito.
Keith Jackson
Tito Jackson was a pimp.
Keith Jackson called a lot of Rose Bowl games, so that's what Uncle Brad.
That's what I'm saying. The granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Well, the granddaddy of them all is this weekend because tonight we got a big game. It's the Grizzlies. It's Dallas. Who's going to go get murdered by OKC? We're going to find out tonight. I'm curious that either one of y'all have a bet for tonight's game.
Yes, we do.
I do.
We do.
Oh, both of y'all do.
We do. We've talked about it. Uncle Brasky and I talked about it. We landed on a couple of bets that we think the listeners will enjoy.
Well, do me a favor and tell me what you got.
You ready for these bets already?
Man, I mean, I can talk about anything, but dude, like right now,
Fine, I'll tell you what. I love to give out the bets. This is kind of what I do, Johnny Radio. I mean, we kind of sit back and look up and down the board all day and kind of read on some things and see who we got. You know, I've got my computer up, man. I'm trying to do some research on these games because I don't know a whole lot about. Let me just remind you, Johnny, before we get on to this gambling, that I don't know your bankroll any more than you know mine. And with that being said, I'm going to take the two NBA games tonight. I'm going to take 2 of them. I'm going to take the first game. I'm going to take the Hawks. I don't really know a whole lot about them, but it's a pick 'em. And on my side, it's a pick 'em anyway. Versus the Heat, I don't know a whole lot about the Heat, but I know if you're at home and it's a pick 'em, I'm going to go with the home team. I know they got the Trae Young who got ejected the other night. I did see that. What did he get? Did he throw the ball or he had 2?
He got ejected for bad hair.
He didn't give the referee the ball after he got kicked out. He just kept walking with it, which I thought was hilarious.
Okay, that's what it was. I saw something. Okay, I knew you'd know Jay Ham, but it didn't seem like he did a whole lot. He must have been jawing with them pretty good.
Yeah, but then he got an earlier tech, too, and that was the second one.
So that was his second tech, and you're gone after 2.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
but, I mean, still hooping,
can
right?
anybody really trust a team where their best player is a white dude?
That could be true.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I'm a gambler. I look at everything.
I mean,
Tyler Hero.
Joke is white.
No, he's Serbian.
Okay.
No, there's
I
a
forgot.
difference.
They got,
I wish I could claim him. I wish I could say, yo, yeah. I'm just like yo. No, he's Serbian, bro. Like they were born in war.
You trying to say Tyler Hero didn't get it out of the trenches?
No, Tyler Hero.
From what I hear, he did though. He's a Milwaukee cat.
So he did Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, well, probably Laverne and Shirley, Lenny and Squeaky, the Cunninghams from Happy Days. We're gonna go around the block with Milwaukee again. Once again, we can always bring back Robin Yount and my man Paul Molitor.
Yeah, but now Paul, I think wasn't he Canadian though? Like I'm not down with Canada.
No, he's actually a Minnesota guy.
Oh, he's a Minnesota guy.
Yeah,
Oh, it's close to Canada. Damn, Paul Molitor went Canadian.
He went Canadian. He's a Minnesota guy, and he loves the powder.
He likes yay?
Yeah.
I think we'd probably get along. We'd hang out. Yo, what up, Paul? By the way, I don't know if you know this. He looks kind of old. I just actually had to Google him to see. Damn, he look old. He look real old.
That's the A.
Gotta be.
It was what gives you the gray, I guess. Oh, my goodness. So you like a whole lot who?
I like the home team, the Hawks,
The
Atlanta.
Hawks. Did you know that Generica is the Hawks sideline reporter? Do you know who educated her?
You did.
I know. Isn't that weird? Isn't that
Did
crazy?
you? Oh, she went to Memphis?
Mm-hmm.
She
I've
was
done
in one of your
something
classes.
good in my life. I also made, a national champion and a doctor.
You've got an eye for talent, Johnny.
That's how I found Landon. I was like, yeah, this kid's good. This kid's good. So we're betting a whole lot of money on the Hawks, and what are we doing with the Grizzlies?
Well, Johnny, I they didn't cover for me the other night.
I know.
I went the other way to let the listeners know. I was on Steph and them. I thought we were going to. I mean, they won by 5, but they're supposed to have been by 7. So I didn't get there. Okay, that's gambling math. Okay, and Steph and them, they should have been feeling. If Ja got hurt, they should have blown the Grizzlies out. But the Grizzlies, they showed their grit and grind, and they stuck it out. But you know what? I like the Grizzlies tonight a little bit. I think they're going to play with. I know everybody wants them to tank, including Jay Ham, so we can get us a pick or whatever.
No, I'm not with the tank.
You're not with the tank.
No, I'm like, you go hoop. If we gonna run up the chimney, we gonna go up the chimney and get all the smoke.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I seen your tweet earlier, and I was confused. I was like, no way, I know Jay Ham. I know he ain't talking about packing it in.
Oh no,
and that's what I like. Is I'm not one of these pack it in people. Anytime you can get playoff reps and anytime you're in the playoffs, that's a good thing. A lot of people say,
well, I don't know if you know this.
20
freaking teams in the NBA make the playoffs. Like only 10 don't. Like who? Like I don't know if you know this.
True.
I was.
I don't think they count playing in as playoff.
Man, still. So you're telling me tonight Zach Edey is not playing in a playoff game because these stats go in the postseason.
He's playing in an elimination game.
I mean, it still goes in the postseason. You can pull up.
Yeah, where do the stats go? That's a good question.
I pulled them up.
Do they go to the playoffs?
Yes, it's playoffs.
Is that
I ain't never seen those on Basketball Reference. Where
Sports Reference, right here.
Okay, that's cool. We on the same plan then. That's cool. I'm with it. Then.
I'm always for playing in the playoffs. Whatever you can do, even if you get swept, it's always good. You don't ever look. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Okay, we never make the playoffs, so I like to when my teams make the playoffs or make the NCAA tournament. I don't care if they get beat. I just want them to make it because not making it, everybody growls and moans, and you know what I was fixing to say. But they get all upset and everything. And, just make the play. Just win.
Competitive is better than dormant. Competitive is better than dormant. I mean.
Correct.
So on Sundays, do you pull out like a little bitty towel and wave it in the air for Deshaun Watson?
Never.
Do you get a massage every Sunday?
No, I was never on. I'm Baker Mayfield.
I thought you
I'm
was
a
going
Baker
to
fan.
ask, do we do the towel for the Grizzlies? I'm like, I got a 2011 ground towel.
I got a bunch of ground towels. What you talking about, Johnny? Yeah, I got the one that says we don't bluff.
We definitely bluff, though.
Yeah.
Well, that was back when we had Dak and them.
That's when TNA was popular.
Man, he was. I love that. I love it. First team all defense. I mean, those were the times.
Little Mike Conley doing his thing. Uncle Brasky.
Man, I love it. But I got the Grizzlies tonight, Johnny.
What's up, Johnny?
-6 points.
So we got money's taking the Hawks. Money's taking the Grizzlies. Brasky, what you doing?
let me tell you what I'm doing. First of all, the regular bet tonight, I'm taking the Grizzlies, the over 57 points in the first quarter.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, I like that.
I've actually hit that bet about 4 or 5 times this year, taking them. They come out storming it in that first quarter every time, and I've hit that bet. Sometimes they'll score in the 70s. You know, anywhere 55 to 57, I'll take it. So that's what we're going to take for the regular play. On our nickel play this week, and this has been horrible to be an Ole Miss baseball fan these last week.
Hey, Liam Doyle was awesome last Friday. You got to admit, man. Like, that kid coming back to Oxford, Lord.
That stunk. You know, why'd he leave us? Money, but like I said, he was wicked now. He was wicked. But then we lost this midweek to Little Rock. And then we lost last night to South Carolina with Elliott throwing. So we're going to take the nickel play because we have not swung the bat all week, and I don't think it's going to start today. So we're going to take the under 14 runs in the Ole Miss-South Carolina game for the nickel play.
I like that. It starts, by the way, the broadcast at 5:30 today. You can catch it all right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM, 5:30 pregame, 6 o'clock first pitch. Is going. Wait. No, they playing at 3 today, aren't they? Didn't they move that game up, or am I?
You made me think back to Arkansas. I saw something about Arkansas maybe playing a doubleheader.
Oh, man, you know what? I might not need to talk about things I don't know.
I don't know. I hadn't heard, but I'll look online and see. But then the dime bag play this week, we're going to get into UFL, and I like the Panthers -7 over the Showboat.
You know, the Showboats have not won.
I understand that, and Michigan beat them the first game in Memphis by 14. So I don't think anything. And then their coach quit this week. I don't know what happened with that.
Ken Wisenhunt, he has stepped down from the Showboats. That is true. That is, yeah.
He's only 3 games in. What happened? Do you know?
You ever dated a woman and you thought she was like the bee's knees, and you went out on the first date and you took her to Folks Folly, maybe like Carolina Fish Company or the Owner's Box, by the way, right there off of Highway 70. My goodness, man. 24 beers on tap, 52 beers in cans. Oh, my goodness, full bar. Food is straight up fire. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill, my favorite place. Maybe you did that. And then you realize, like, man, she's very pretty, but she can't talk. And she can't do many other things. Like, that's kind of what I feel like. If you're Ken Wisenhunt, do you realize where he coached? Do you know that he's been to Super Bowls?
Oh, I know.
Could you imagine going to Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium with a big old hole in it, and you got John and Superman and Al Capizzi drunk up in the press box? I get it.
Well, and Johnny, I got to bring something up. We missed this guy. We got to give this man a shout out. Week 4 last, when we were talking about Al Green and everybody clowning, all the musicians around. We left one of the original dudes out.
Who?
We left Ike Turner out.
Oh, Ike. Man, but he be beating up folks. Like, you can't love
Man,
Ike.
Ike shot at the paper boy. Ike shot at the paper boy one
I mean,
time.
we like James Brown, and he, like, did everything.
Right. We left.
Different
I
styles
mean,
of pimps.
Yeah, definitely different styles.
Different styles.
Ike and Tina ain't something that we want to talk about. But James Brown doing yayo and dancing on people's carpet is something we want to talk about.
Have you ever seen James? I got a video of James Brown doing a commercial in Japan for noodles, and it's like he's doing the get up, but he's speaking Japanese. And it's one of the most hilarious things ever.
I just realized I don't know Spanish. And I don't know a single word. I know La Biblioteca, and that's
James
the
Brown
library.
is doing Japanese. As you saying, you don't know Spanish.
Like, tell me one Japanese word. I don't know Japanese. I need one Japanese word.
I don't know.
Oh, the only one I know is like the B. You know what I'm talking about? Buka.
Konnichiwa.
I can't
Konnichiwa.
say. Oh, konnichiwa, bitches. Isn't that how it goes?
Well,
And
the second word's not Japanese.
in the video, James said something like, Mr. Nipa. I was like, what you talking about, dude? But one thing I found out from the video, that good God was universal around the world.
Good God.
Yeah.
Want to kiss myself.
He said, good God, and he went right back to the Japanese.
And it's Good Friday.
There you go.
420 also is Easter
That's
Sunday.
right.
Dude, we're going to have to play a little James Brown on Sunday.
There you go.
Bring it back.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! Look, Jay's
he was the
playing
hardest
music.
working man in show business. Hardest working man in show business, they used to say.
I don't know. I think that's Bonnie Blue. I mean, anybody can do
Bonnie Blue.
1,057 in 12 hours. That's I think they work harder than you.
Yeah.
You don't know Bonnie Blue?
Who is that? Is that one of those?
I just am going to give you a little opportunity right now. I got to go pay some bills. I got to say goodbye to y'all because I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. But while you're off the air, go ahead and Google Bonnie Blue. And then you
Is
text
it one of those
me.
wiggle groups? Is it one of them wiggle groups?
No, it is not a wiggle group. It is not a wiggle band. It is not anything like that.
What's a wiggle band, first of all?
Okay, like, Widespread Panic, The Dead, going out there wiggling.
Right.
That's what I call Jay Ham, the wiggle people.
Because I was thinking with the Wiggles, I'm going back to like the kids show, the Wiggles.
The Wiggles? Man, I ain't going to lie to you. I took them kids. That was terrible, man. I got to pay bills. I love y'all. Go do whatever you got to do, and I'll see you on the other side. I got to take a break because Landon's over there threatening to punch me. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports56 WHBQ. Fill your spring with brilliant style at Sissy's Log Cabin. From the latest designer creams to one-of-a-kind pieces to exquisite diamonds, you'll find the jewelry you need for a stylish spring while enjoying the Sissy's promise of unmatched quality, service, and selection. Experience Sissy's for yourself when you stop by any of our 6 locations or shop online at sissyslogcabin.com. Create the style of your dreams only at Sissy's Log Cabin because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to give your home a little love with Choate's $93 spring deals. Got a slow or smelly drain? We'll clear it for just $93, or it's free if we can't. Also, your home's electrical system is working 24/7 behind the walls, and an inspection from Choate's can help catch hidden dangers before they become big problems. We're talking about outdated or overloaded panels, loose wiring that can spark fires, improper grounding or GFCI protection, breaker issues, flickering lights, and more. Our licensed electricians will perform a full home safety check, identify risks, and give you a plan to keep your family safe and your power running strong. All for just $93. Call 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com to book your appointment today. Choates Air Conditioning, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Let our family serve your family.
I'm ready. Let me just grab my bag. Sweatpants, huh? Didn't know we were keeping it casual this month. Yeah, I feel bloated every now and then.
You have to try new Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies. They have prebiotics to nourish good bacteria, probiotics to help relieve occasional bloating, and postbiotics for immune support.
All that in one gummy?
Yep. So no sweatpants next time?
Not anymore.
Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies for gut health support. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Inventory from both Sunrise locations. All financing on approved credit.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not point the finger saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, man. You know, like I avoid things that hurt me. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, I just don't like touching things that are going to hurt me.
I feel you there.
And PJ Haggerty, he hurt me.
I'm trying to see if this is official.
Bro, like, I know that I've been, like, struggling, and you've been picking me up every day to make sure I make it to work, but I even know PJ Haggerty left to go to Gainesville. Or am I delusional?
I'm saying there's a rumor, but not official.
Well, I don't know if you know this. Most rumors are true.
This is true.
Like Brad Pitt stinks. What's her name? Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
She crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just replaced PJ Haggerty basically with a PJ Haggerty lookalike. I mean, come on now. This is this is what Penny does. And in fact, I think it was solid. I told y'all the day after the national championship, and I told you, where's PJ going to play? Florida. Gator, chomp, chomp. Did I say that? Yes, I did. And guess what? I don't blame him. Do you want to go play at North Texas? Do you want to play in the American? Do you want to play in the FedEx Forum when there's only 4,000 fans?
Oh.
Nah.
I'm playing the O'Connell Center, where the rowdy reptiles can run wild, and you can play for Todd Golden.
And by the way, just don't let him go and shower you, and you're going to be good.
There you go. And keep him away from the co-eds, and everything will be safe. That's about as cool as keeping the guys at Georgia football, keeping them out of the driver's seat.
Yeah, they shouldn't have a license.
Right.
Like, if you go to Georgia, you should, literally hand your driver's license in and Uber everywhere.
Yeah.
Or Lyft. Does that still work? Does they have that?
One. You can call a private driving company if you need to, transportation company. It works.
But PJ's going to be gone. They have replaced him already, though. Not even in 24 hours. If you haven't known, Sincere Parker, he's committed to Memphis. He's 6'3" guard. In fact, do you know what it is? He kind of looks like PJ, but he's not knock-kneed. I love knock-kneed side Joe Bob. Don't get me wrong.
Not as much hair either, but...
Really?
Not as much. The one that I'm looking at the highlights, he's got to look like a baby fro.
A little baby fro? By the way, do you know what happens if your hair is nappy? Shine Jam will make you happy.
Yeah.
Get you some Shine Jam.
I don't need Shine Jam. I just got shine.
Yeah, because you bald.
There you go.
Alopecia or just bald?
The Freebird head razor. That's what gets it done.
My man, we got to get out of here. Thank you for the week.
Hey, I appreciate it for the week for myself, man. It was enjoyable.
It was a rough one.
Not really. It was intriguing.
We survived.
We survived, even though,
whatever don't kill you make you stronger.
I mean, yeah, but that 6.5 killed us on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it did. It hurt. It hurt. But tonight, 6.5 Grizzlies. I can't lay it to play it. And I'm definitely not going to do what I did the other night. Dude, the Grizzlies losing and Golden State not covered was like the double sword.
Yeah.
Man, I hope everybody has a great night because Grizzlies Grindhouse is going down 8:30 tonight. Grizzlies 6.5-point favorite. 221.5 is the total. Very low total for a Grizzlies team. I love Friday. It is Good Friday. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. It's also 420. For Landon, who took care of business very well this week. For Jay Ham, who got me to work all week. And for all you people out there who actually listened, thank you. Get out there, make the world a better place. Man, I'm going to see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Owning your own home is wonderful, and buying your own home can be wonderfully easy. If your agent is Margie O'Neill of Remax Expert, Margie has over 20 years of experience in helping folks just like you find their new home. Buyer's market, seller's market, up and down markets. Margie has sold them all with a dedication that makes it easy for you to buy your new home.